Hey, what's up, y'all? RJ here with CV Tech, and first off, I want to thank Aloha Android for choosing me and a bunch of other awesome YouTubers to take over his channel to make this video here. So these three phones here are my top three picks of 2016. They are, of course, all by different manufacturers: ZTE, LG, and Samsung. And I'm gonna give you just a very brief rundown of the specs of each phone, one at a time, to show you, what they're rocking with, what they're working with, and basically just how they work and my honest opinion on these devices. Now, first up here is the ZTE Warp 7. Now, this phone has a 5.5-inch display. Right now, currently, I have it at 50% brightness, and of course, the camera does not do it justice, but the screen is really nice on this phone. This is 50%, and the screen just looks really good. Going here to CPU-Z, and we'll kind of just show you here. It has a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 410 chipset, Adreno 306 GPU. Go to device over here. This will give you just some 5.5-inch 720p display, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with around 10.4 gigs available to user. Now, this phone does have a 3080 milliamp hour battery that is removable, and the battery is pretty strong in this phone. 13 megapixel camera on the rear with a rear flash, 5 pixel camera in the front. Both record full 1080 front and rear on this device. I gotta say, this is a really nice device. This phone runs around $100, but currently at Walmart.com you can get it for $59, which is a steal. And I would highly recommend the ZTE Warp 7 as a pick for 2016. Of course, these are all on Boost Mobile. That is, of course, my carrier, so that's what I am choosing right now in these videos. The second one here is the LG X Power, another phenomenal device. The screen here is also at 50%. It's not as bright as the others, but still, the clarity is really good. And really no issue here. Now, we'll go also here into CPU-Z here as well. Now, this phone does run the 1.8 gigahertz octa-core MediaTek Helio P10 chipset. Now, this thing here does blaze. It's got a 5.3-inch display at 720 by 1280 resolution, 720p. Does have 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. With 9.87 available when you get it, of course, out of the box. And I have used up the storage quite a bit on this device. Now, this phone does have a 4100 milliamp hour battery that is built in. That is the phone's strong point. Of course, with this phone rocks when it comes to power in all forms. This thing right here does not slow down. It does not lag up. This phone is very strong playing games. Doing any kind of multitasking. This phone here just will not slow down, and the 4100 milliamp hour battery really helps out, and it's just an overall great phone for 2016. This is a budget phone, or a budget price $100 phone, but I would dare say this would hold up with most mid-tier devices. That's just my personal opinion. Now, it does have an 8 megapixel camera on the rear with flash and a 5 pixel camera in the front. Both record 1080p front and rear on this device. And lastly, here we have the Samsung Galaxy J7, which is also a really nice device. This one right here will take the cake for the best screen quality of all three because of the Super AMOLED display. However, here it can't do it justice on this camera. The screen just looks phenomenally awesome. But looking here on screen, it looks dull, but of course that is because of a camera screen sometimes just does not give it what it deserves. So we'll go in here also and look at the CPU-Z. Now, this phone here does run the Qualcomm Snapdragon 1.4 gigahertz Snapdragon 615 chipset. It is octa-core, if I didn't mention it already. This phone does have a 5.5-inch display, 720p display, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with 10.87 available to user when you get it out of the box. Now, this phone here is awesome. It has a 3,000 milliamp hour removable battery, a 13 megapixel camera on the rear with a 5 pixel camera in the front. Both record full 1080 front and rear, and you also have a front facing flash here on this Galaxy J7. Now, on these three phones here, all three of them are great devices. The strong points for sound quality on these three devices here, I have to give to the ZTE Warp 7. Sound quality is awesome. It's just really amazing. The screen quality is also nice and bright and clear and vivid. And overall, this phone here, I mean, is a very solid phone that I would give, a 4 out of 5 stars. Mainly because this phone really was not a major upgrade from the Warp Elite. So yeah, I give this phone here a 4 out of 5. Call quality is excellent. Camera quality to me is really good. I have no issues with the cameras on this phone. They're just really nice. Now the X Power, I give its strengths mainly to the 1.8 gigahertz octa-core processor that just blazes through games, blazes through any kind of multitasking. This phone here, like I said, is a budget price. But really, I would match it up with any mid-tier device out there, and give it a run for its money. That's just my personal opinion. The big battery, the 4100 milliamp hour battery, lasts forever. It takes you forever to kill it. But $100 for this phone right here, you really can't pass it up. If you're looking for a phone that's fast, powerful, with a great battery life. Camera suffers a little bit. In lower lighting conditions. Audio quality is decent. So yeah, that's just my thoughts there on the LG X Power. Now on the Samsung Galaxy J7, the strongest part to me of this phone here is its nice Super AMOLED display and its cameras. Cameras are phenomenal. The front flash really helps out while taking pictures and stuff like that. I love the fact that it has the keys on the body of the phone with the physical home button. I love that about this device. Sound quality is decent. I would say the biggest weakness of this phone here would be its battery. I gotta charge it all the time, but the phone feels very solid in the hand. Along with all three of these devices, they feel very solid in the hand. They feel very reliable. The speed on this phone here is not as powerful, of course, as the X Power, but it does hang with it pretty good, and I have not experienced any problems with power, freezing, hanging up. It plays games perfectly. So honestly, with these three phones here, I'd recommend every one of them. This phone right here is the most expensive phone right now at $179. Of course, prices will vary depending on where you buy them. But I gotta say, the ZTE Warp 7, the LG X Power Boost Mobile version, and the Samsung Galaxy J7 are three great phones in my choosing for 2016. 2017, who knew what's going to happen, what's going to come out. But you really, in my opinion, can't go wrong with any of these devices. 5.5 inch, 5.5 inch, 5.3 inch, and they just work well. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.